I know him already.
Yeah, Steph's a cool guy. So basically like this. The story goes like this. Cut it in. This is going to be the Twitter version where you have to do 140 words. I'm already over them all.
140 characters. 140 words already.
Yeah,
a nice
that's the Goldsmith version of Twitter. Anyway, Twitter or whatever you call it. Twits. Yeah, so bottom line is there was no Twitter and Facebook and Gmail. Imagine the whole world. No YouTube. Imagine. When I came to Israel and I had these spiritual experiences. I was opened up by some non-Jewish books about spirituality. I went to a shop in Camden and got hold of Aryeh Kaplan's Jewish meditation from all the other spiritualities in the world. I saw a Jewish book. Judaism has spirituality? No way. Couldn't believe it. And I went and tried out all the other religions, like, went to their meetings and spoke with them, and it was all seemed such egotistical, whatever. And whereas Yiddishkeit didn't seem whatever, it seemed like it made sense. And it started to put context, all the ideas I was talking out with my friends, and the idea of like having an ego, an evil inclination, and fighting that, and the idea of guys and girls having meaningful relationships and spiritual relationships, and this whole thing, because I'd been burned out of a bunch of relationships that killed my enjoyment in that way. And I was like, wow, I've got to find the real thing. I've got to get married, and and I stopped watching TV and feeding myself up with all the media stuff, and started to just try and spiritualize myself a little bit in music and research. And the Torah was the thing that was shining out more than anything, especially when I came to Israel. Midnightrabbi and and all the holy sites, and all the Jewish people were spiritual. I never saw spiritual Jewish people, and when I grew up in the shuls in London, it seemed so ritual, and they were all busy with rules. Whereas when I came to Israel, I met people who were like high, literally high, like shepherds and hippies. And I went to Swat, and I was at the Kotel, and everything just flowed amazingly. All the people I met, where I needed to go, I didn't know where and what. And the guys who were meant to pick me up to do the bad stuff, like go to the nightclubs, were so out of it, they couldn't even be bothered. So then the good people turned up instead and took me to the good things. So Hashem made it very easy for me to find myself towards yeshiva and towards spirituality. I understand. So it was like a whole process of hashgacha, divine providence, of being constantly guided away. So then, but what about my life? What am I going to do? Well, first I knew I needed to be in yeshiva. I needed to sit in yeshiva and learn more about this, learn how to learn Gemara, learn how to, see the light in the Torah, and being able to connect to tefillah, to prayer service, and being able to, one day build a family, and to be a good guy, not to mistreat my wife, and all this stuff, be a good father, and be a good guy, be honest in business, and all this stuff. I had to learn about it. You can't just do it, and then and everything just flowed. Like the guy who brought me back to Judaism, I married his twin sister. I was just there for Shabbos, Shabbat. And the whole story, how we got together, I told that story once, and all this stuff, with family, and like it was just like obvious, like like how I found out my name, who I'm really called, and I met all these right people, old relatives who were still around, who knew my family history, and they filled me in, and suddenly I had like context of where I came from spiritually, like the past somewhat, and who my name was, and who I was named after, and the whole thing, and everything was just flowing. I met all these holy people and holy rabbis, and people that inspired me, and it just life changed. So I was like, I got to do this. It's a real deal. Whereas in that world, I felt a lot of sadness, and people who seemed to have a lot of money and success, they had their swimming pool, and they had their holiday, and they had everything, but they didn't have happiness. They weren't talking to each other nicely, and they weren't, all that life, the secular life that I grew up with, they're good people there, very good people, but it wasn't manifesting as in the ideal sense. So you'll say, but over here you've got other problems. Yeah, it's true. Financially we have struggles, and but that's all tests in my belief. That's all. That's what I see. Now I have a way of understanding it. Now it makes sense. It's a test in my belief. It's not like life sucks and I just got to be the top guy on top of a pile of jungle, and I'm going to be the best. I'm going to make the most amount of money, and all this stuff. I've got to be a good person, and then from there I'll find the path how to make a panasa, and how to be successful in life. It's just a switch of headspace, Okay, that's it for today. We'll have to see more.